What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we are continuing our Next Fest coverage with a title called Angst. This is a top-down survival game. We don't get those very often that seems to have some kind of, I don't know, mythological or maybe magical bent to it, where a guy that's surviving out in the middle of like the hinterland, out in the middle of like Alaska or something like that, and weird stuff keeps happening that sort of goads us forward into not only surviving for ourselves, but also defeating some kind of entity that lives inside of our cabin. I think that's really appealing. I haven't played this game at all. All I did was watch the trailer, which sort of implied some of these gameplay mechanics. So I figure we'll take a look at the demo for about 30 minutes today, and we'll see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list, or if it's one of those games that is just not for you. That's perfectly fine as well. I'm excited about this one because typically nowadays when we get a survival game, it's almost universally like a first-person survival game that usually has some kind of Factorio bent to it, or some kind of like, I don't know, researcher bent to it, like a Subnautica type thing going on. I'm actually really intrigued that somebody's going in the Wild 8 direction with it, where you've got like a top-down camera and you're cruising around in the middle of the snow making spears and fighting for survival. I always love these kinds of man versus nature type games, so link is down below if you wanted to get the game. You can also find a bunch of other Nerd Castle links down there just in case you wanted to give them a spicy click. But let's go ahead and start off the game and see if it's any good. Well, we almost made it. Alright, so let's have a look around. Where am I? What happened? Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Please, it's important. We need to talk. Hello, anybody there? For God's sake, you're awake. When I dragged you here, I wasn't sure if you'd make it. You were freezing cold and barely breathing. What happened? You don't remember. I found you on the verge of freezing to death. It looked like you've been wandering aimlessly for weeks. Where am I? This is the Hollow, a forgotten region in the far north. It used to be different, but now only ruins and memories remain. How can I get out of here? If you leave now, you'll face certain death. First, you need to learn how to survive. The Hollow doesn't forgive mistakes. You'll need to secure the basics for survival: energy, warmth, and food. Let's start with energy. Fix the bed. You'll need a piece of wood that's lying in the corner of the cabin in order to do it. Alright, well, I think I see wood right there, so we'll go ahead and pick that up real fast. My guy's got a very simple little model. Let's go back and see if we can repair the bed very rapidly. So it's going to take us one wood in order to fix that up, and then let's repair it. Good job. When your energy drops low and you're tired, use the bed to rest and restore energy. Now you're going to need to repair the wooden chest that's next to the radio. Where do I get those materials? Leave the cabin, make an axe, and cut down a tree to collect the resources. Just don't wander off too far into the wild. You're not strong enough yet. Okay. I can't help but notice, but in like the opening cutscene with the cabin, there was an axe inside of a wood pile out here. So do I not get the axe that was inside of the wood pile? All right, so we're going to need an axe. Let's go ahead and gather up all the things that we're going to need in order to make that happen. I don't know what our crafting list looks like right now, but it looks like it's going to take 2 rocks and a stick. Should be easy enough to whittle together. I think this is probably going to be sticks back here. All right, sticks taken care of. I'll also grab some berries while I'm in the neighborhood. Never know when we're going to get hungry. Another berry bush back here as well. Grab that. Maybe some mushrooms, a little bit of the old chanterelles, get us a little bit of fiber, maybe some antioxidants. Let's go. My backyard right now is like filthy with giant mushrooms. We had our first big rain going into autumn. Like, summer is now officially over and dead, and we are definitely into fall as of right now. We got 2 inches of rain in like one day, and the sun came out the day after, and my entire border to my yard was complete. I just weeded it, so I know there was nothing out there, and there's a giant patch of mushrooms out there that are like the size of Frisbees. I haven't like gotten rid of them yet, even though they're incredibly toxic, just because I like them, dude. I don't know, they make me happy. So now we have our axe. Our axe has been formally equipped, and it looks like we can wail on a mod, just in case we got to get down, cause some combat. Looks like we've also got like a parry right there. All right, let's chop down the tree. Trees chopped down, and it looks like that furnished us with a little bit of wood and some sticks. And I'll take some grass too while I'm out here. Yeah, you never know when you're gonna need some kind of like, I don't know, binding or lashing or something else to hold stuff together. Looks like long grass, so maybe we can utilize it for that. And let's grab a few more logs, and then I'll go back inside and fix this thing. But I am trying to pick up just a few things here and there in case we end up needing them in the future. That way we can get through like the tutorialization a little bit faster. So we've got a creepy chest over here. Are we sure we want to fix this? What's creepy about it? It just looks busted, man. You did well fixing that chest. Now go get some food. All right. He said he wants me to get 4 mushrooms and 2 berries. I don't know how close we are to that. I've got 4 berries and 2 mushrooms, so I'm going to need a few more mushrooms while we're out and about. I'll probably just do that on my own time, though. All gathered up, so we should be good to go. Let's put it all inside the creepy chest. Hello, you there? Yep, food's in the chest. Good. You're quick to catch on, but this is just the beginning. If you want to survive, you're going to need to learn much more. What do you mean? Left of the exit door, you'll find an old upgrade board. Repair it, and I will teach you crucial survival skills. Okay, so we've got an upgrade board over here. What's that going to cost me? So I need ropes, I need sticks. Deliver everything that we have on hand right now just so I can get a head count of what I need to find around. I think we probably manufacture a rope on our own. Yeah, we do, and we need grass for that. So basically, I need 1 grass and 1 log, and then we'll be all ready to rock. I think they should actually be, like, right outside the front door. Yeah, I was going to say, we're not going to have to travel far in order to make that happen. Keep our pedicles nice and relaxed. We are getting a little tiny bit hungry right now. We are getting a little bit cold right now, and so we'll probably need to figure that out as time goes along. I'm just going to grab all the stuff that I need for right now. I don't know, dude. I don't like making a dozen little tiny trips in order to gather all this stuff, and so I'm just going to gather it right now. That way, it's just inside my pack, ready to rock in case they hit me with more objectives, which I've got a sneaking suspicion they're definitely going to do. Alright, all stuff on hand. Let's fix this bad boy and see what it does for us. You do it? Yeah, it's fixed. Good, take a look at it. You'll find a blueprint for crafting a campfire kit. Unlock the campfire kit blueprint on the upgrade board. All right, so campfire kit, there it is right there. It's going to cost us blood? I don't know what it's costing us right there, but probably nothing good. Good job, campfire kit's crucial. Okay, blueprint's now available to use from your backpack. You can use it to cook nutritious meals and to warm up in the freezing cold. Okay, cook your first meal. So in order to get this campfire up and running, it looks like we're going to need a few more logs. Luckily, there's trees everywhere, and the more of these that I cut down, these trees actually have a pretty large collision box, and it can stop you from moving through the woods. And so I feel like it's a decent idea right now just to deforest the area anyways so that we have ease of access to our own property and like the own area that we're living inside of. Oh, my stone axe broke? Already, huh? Alright, well, let's take a look and see if I can make another one. I can. That's why I picked up the 2 rocks, just in case. And then for the campfire, we can make that right this second. Campfire, I'll put you down right there. And inside of our campfire, it looks like we can actually cook a whole bunch of things to make our lives a little bit easier. I don't have, so they want me to cook some mushrooms. I gotta go find some mushrooms first before that's actually gonna be a course of action that works out. Possible that I deployed this a little bit too soon, but let's gather mushrooms when and where we can, and then we'll make a batch of the cooked mushrooms. And it said that I need to put them inside of the chest, but it gave me a cryptic warning. It said, be forewarned, anything that goes inside the chest can never leave. And so that's sort of foreboding. All right, campfire. Let's cook up some mushies. There we go. And it says that I can add fuel to this thing whenever I want to. I don't know how many of those things that I have to make. 2 cooked mushrooms. All right, I'll probably eat the remainder then just to keep myself all nice and squared away on health. Yeah, eat that right there. I'd like to see an eating animation when you go through stuff like that. Doesn't look like we get altogether that much satiation back from eating mushrooms. Makes sense, not exactly a calorie-dense food unless you, like, drizzle it with honey or something. And so let's go ahead and we'll deliver those, and then we'll complete it. You do it? Yeah, cooked mushrooms are in the chest. Excellent. It's really dangerous today. Can you hear me? Visibility drop. We have to turn... Are you there? I can't hear... Signal must be weak. How do I fix this damn thing? Check your map. Find the rescue station. If you're lucky, you might find radio parts there. Okay, so the old radio's busted as hell, so we gotta find a radio station. Gotcha. I'm a little bit tired, so I wouldn't be actually against just like resting up for a couple of hours. We are going to lose some hunger there. Oh, I like that it gives you previews, though. I don't want to be out at night, so I'll probably go like with a full rest, even though I don't really need a full rest right now. And so there we go. We've survived one day, and it looks like we actually get a currency that allows us to buy new blueprints every single time we survive a night. So we're going to need to be like selective about what we unlock here. I do think clothing's a really good idea. I will unlock clothing. So we'll get grass hat, grass pants, and then from there I'll probably unlock the knife too. And after we get the knife, a bandage might not be a bad idea. That way we have a way to restore our health. So I'll unlock all of those. Is there anything else around here that needs to be... We've got to progress our quests in order to unlock the storage right there. We've also got a crafting table. Looks like we've got a stove. Okay, so there's a number of different things in here that we can apply ourselves to today. But radio station first. Let's get outside, and we'll have a little look around. And I don't know exactly what we're looking for here. Our house is right here, and it looks like there's a rescue station down to the southeast. So that's the way that we'll head. And while we're cruising down to the southeast, I'll probably do my best to gather up every little resource that I possibly can, namely food, I think is going to be our main problem. There's a crate over here that we can search. Hey, 2 fabric, very nice. Might aid me in getting some clothing. We've got some berries over here. Okay, we've got a bridge that goes to the southeast, but I'm going to need 6 logs and 4 sticks in order to get across the bridge and fix that thing on up. Is there anything with the boat over here that I can search? Okay, so let's fix the bridge first, and once the bridge is fixed, if we can find civilized locations, there's a solid chance we can find manufactured goods that will make our survival a little bit more tenable. All the stuff's here for the bridge, so let's go ahead and repair it. Bridge is all nice and done. The other side of the river is hostile. Equip yourself with a weapon like a knife or an axe. Okay, I'll do the best that I can. How good is the knife, actually, though? It said that that was a better weapon than my axe. Yeah, let's make a knife real quick. That way I've at least got, like, a little shiv that I can play around with. Yeah, that'll work. I'll take that. I do kind of wish that I could move while using the knife, but oh my god. Okay. Animation a little rough right there. You're going to want the animals to react a little bit more to getting hit. Basically work on the animations for wolves. Wolves are one of those things that it's been done to death over and over and over again in the survival genre. And so my expectation of wolves and how they behave, pretty high actually. I expect the wolves to kind of, when they get hit, they should jump backwards and then circle around you a little bit with their bodies curved, snarling and barking at you. You know, make the player work for it a little bit instead of him just standing there and getting torpedoed. All right, we'll take the ropes. I do have water right there, which is nice. I don't know if I need the water. What does the water's got to be for cooking then, because we don't actually have a hydration meter. I think the game just sort of assumes that since you're in the snow, you can assume that your character would be smart enough to like boil off some of the snow in order to eat it. We collected a note, so that gave us 10 of the currency. We've got a fuse box over here that needs a fuse in order to be repaired. Anything else lootable? Because it's kind of dark in here and I can't see very well. Can I rotate the camera at all? So I can't rotate the camera, but I do have stuff on me right now to make like better clothing. And look at that, he just straps it straight on. I do like the fact that your character's gear progression is visualized on the character. It's very, very easy to just have that one character sprite and just assume that they have the gear on. And I do appreciate that they went to the effort of actually creating a model for once you start equipping upgraded gear. Hopefully that keeps our coldness going down a little bit slower. I do think we're going to have to take a break and cook for a little bit, just because we have a hunger meter that is pretty rapidly falling off right now. There's a hardware shop up and to the northwest as well. Might be worth investigating, but it looks like we're going to have to fix another bridge in order to get up there, and so I'll keep that in mind. With this right here, can I chop this with my axe? Or is this just like the edge of where the demo will allow me to go to? Probably the latter, in all honesty. Okay, I don't see any more mushrooms or anything down here, and we are going to have to find a fuse. A fuse would be a thing that you could find at a hardware store, so let's head that way. I'm going to graze on the way back to base because it looks like it's actually almost in the evening right now. and so we'll probably want to get ready to bed down and survive for another day before we do anything else. But food supplies. I think food supplies are 100% the thing that we need to isolate and get for ourselves right this second. My backpack is full, and I'm headed home. I need another log in order to do what I want to do. Oh, we got wolf meat, too. That might actually be super good for getting ourselves fed. Now, let's cross those two over right there, and I'm going to chop this down real quick. I don't know how many logs I needed for the campfire. I think it was 2, but we'll chop this down real rapidly and hopefully get ourselves some victuals made before dinner gets here. All right, so campfire kit, we will place this. I don't know if it needs to be sheltered or anything else, but I would like to see a much more hardcore take on survival like that. And we've got cooked wolf meat over here, but I've got to eat it to discover the effect. I can make a raspberry tea. A berry soup is going to require blueberries, unfortunately. Okay, I don't have any blueberries. I only got the red ones. I will eat the meat, I think. Hey, the meat gave us a fat chunk of meat back. Good. I will eat the other 2 mushrooms, and then for this guy right here, I've never had it before. Oh, it warms you back up. That's actually super good to know. Okay, so the tea refills your coldness meter, so bringing a tea on, like, a long excursion is probably, like, a rad idea. I will keep that in mind for the future as well. Being fully charged up, I took a second to look at my quest log, and actually inside my quest log, it said that I can scavenge the car that's in front of the actual radio station in order to get a fuse. So I'll probably head down there and do that today just to keep the game moving forward. Meters seem to be babysat well enough to keep us alive. Let's go ahead and unlock that, and then we'll unlock the torch, and then I'll probably unlock the gloves too. That way we've at least, once we find more fabric, we've got ourselves set up with a few more sundries and things to keep ourselves safe. I need to, ooh, it's cold today. Minus 50 C, good lord, dude. My family's Hawaiian. We don't mess around with weather like this. If it's below like 70 degrees, I am freezing. That's all there is to it. I'm acclimated, man. I'm from the California Valley. It's like 107 out here like all the time when you go through the summer, which means in times of incredible heat, I'm solid, dude. I can go any desert, any hot place, be perfectly fine. I sweat like crazy. I got them powerful sweat glands. But, you know, in cold environments, I'm kind of hosed. Over here, we've got some metal scrap, and we've got the fuse. Okay. Let's go ahead and fix the radio station real fast. So deliver that. It would be nice if there was little mini games in this actually to repair this thing. You know, you've got to like wire the thing. Oh, the safe door opened. Oh, Jesus, what the hell was that? No clue what that was. Maybe a hallucination and I'm slowly going crazy out here in the snow? I don't know, man. We got another note right there. Are the notes readable anywhere? The notes are, actually. We've got, like, full little storyline sort of expositional things over on this side. So it looks like we're in the 90s. What a great time to be, dude. Of all the times you could be in, 90s, honestly, probably the optimal time to be in America. Damn blizzard, I can barely see anything. Visibility's dropped suddenly. We gotta turn back. We're coming in too low. Pull up, pull up. No! Ah! Static. Hello, anybody there? Please help me. I'm so cold. Can you hear me? I'm begging you to help me. I can't feel my legs and it's getting colder. Where are you? So dark and cold. I see something. It's a graveyard. Where is that? The person on the other end stops responding. Okay, well, we'll take the radio part for our radio back at home. That way we don't have to hoof it all the way out here whenever we need a radio. We've already searched up everything, I think. So let's go back out. And it looks like maybe the weather's cleared up ever so slightly. I was wrong. Never mind. The weather is equally as offensive as it was previously. My nuts are freezing off of my body like 2 clacking pool balls, and I hate it. Curious if I can draw water from the well at some point. That'd be super nice. That way I could make myself teas and soups and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, we needed to complete another one of these tasks in order to get the next tier of stuff that we can create for ourselves. I think it's probably super smart for us to make upgraded clothing as well. There we go. So I'm fully upgraded. That's giving us 8 Celsius worth of protection. And then with the old radio, let's install the new radio part. I saw something in the rescue station. The voice on the radio doesn't seem concerned. You'll understand everything really soon. Now listen carefully. There's one more important task you gotta do before I can explain. Reach the town in the north, cross the Northwest Bridge, and pass the frozen lake. Once you're there, locate the old hardware shop and find a way to get in. Why? Somewhere in the hardware shop, there's an entrance to a basement. You've got to retrieve what's hidden there. What is it? Look for an orb of sorrow. What the hell is an orb of sorrow? Bring it back to the cabin and I'll tell you. How can I survive in the wilderness? Scattered throughout, you'll find cabins that'll serve as shelters. Repair survival utilities inside those cabins and make use of them. Okay. I don't think I would respond well to somebody being like, retrieve for me an orb of sorrow. You know, like that's kind of like not a thing that I want to bring back, but it looks like we can make advanced items if we have sticks and we have logs. It looks like the stove can be fixed if we have enough charcoal to do it, but we're going to have to get more ropes and some planks. All of these things are things I think I can get, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But let's look around for a second. So like our safe storage, that if we die, all of our stuff comes back over here. That's got to be what it is. It sounds like we've got a little bit of crafting in front of us for right now. I think I'm going to eat my mushies. I don't really fill up my meter that much, but I'll take it. I think I just need to go farm logs for a little bit, and frankly, I need to get out here and gather more mushrooms anyways, so I think that's a good way to spend my time. Okay, so I took about 10 minutes and I repaired everything inside the base. That way we have it all set up, and with a stove installed inside the cabin now, we actually restore our warmth while we're inside, so that's super good. It also gives us a cooking facility. I don't have to keep making campfire kits. Inside the workbench, there's not much we can make for right now, but we can plane wood, which is a very, very important thing that we did not have access to till just now. And so it's kind of late in the day. I don't know if I'm going to make a run for the hardware store right now. Like, it would rely entirely on whether or not there's some kind of facility up there that makes us safer. So someplace that we can bed down and crash for the day. So instead, what I may do is just cruise around and try to get myself the bare bones things that I need in order to continue surviving. Things like mushrooms. Now, I haven't noticed if any of the stuff in the game actually respawns. I have noticed that I've had to go further and further and further out on excursion away from my base in order to pick up the things that I need to survive. And so it's entirely possible that we may just naturally meander our way over to the hardware store before everything starts to fall apart. But I did see something up north that looked kind of interesting. I need a new axe. Durability on items in this game, far too low. Double it. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I'm not a big believer in durability. Like, I get that it's a Paleolithic caveman axe that we've crafted for ourselves, but at the same time, I've always felt like durability is one of those things that only exists to, like annoy the player, basically. We can take stock of what we need in order to fix the bridge. It's just 3 ropes and a couple of rocks. That's not nearly as bad as repairing the last one, so I think we could be able to get that done today, and survival's done basically by inches and by degrees. I also saw like a mine or something up here. I don't know, there was refuse and things laying around, and so I did want to investigate them. It looks like we've got like blasting powder or something over here. It looks like we've also got iron ore. Yep, that'd be helpful. And it looks like we can clear that stone out from in front of there. Okay. Am I full up on stuff right now? I am indeed full up on stuff. Let's make those rope-a-dopes real fast, because there's not really any use for grass now that we have the grass gear. And I've got enough ropes now that... Oh, I've got 8 ropes? Good lord, I didn't realize I had that many ropes. I got ropes for days, man. Welcome to the Rope Emporium. Okay, and bridge, if I get one thing done today, it's fixing you. I need one more rock, unfortunately. Is there a rock around here? I can't really, like, rotate the camera or anything to figure out if there's more rocks around. But I'm not going to turn down an opportunity to grab some mushrooms. Starting to get cold. Yeah, it's sort of something is coming. Well, hopefully it's not like a Wendigo or like a Skinwalker or anything. Honestly, though, like, is it Alaska that we're in? Maybe somewhere else in the far north, possibly Canada. But honestly, America and Canada kind of have the same, like, wood lore. Like, we have the same stuff that's out in the woods that hunts you and steals your skin and all that kind of stuff. And so either way, I think it kind of works. Let's head back down south. Alright, so let's fuel up the stove for a second. Let's cook all these mushies. 'Cause I'm gonna be hungry in the morning when I get up. I'm gonna need some travel rations before this gets too wild and crazy. There we go. We got 11 mushrooms ready to go. That's enough mushrooms. Probably getting sick of mushrooms at this point, though. All right, it's the evening. I'll probably just sleep till tomorrow, to be fair. Like, just to bypass the time a little bit quicker. 10 hours of sleep, man? I can't remember the last time I got 10 hours of sleep. 10 hours of sleep, that's like that bopper sleep right there. That's that good sleep you never get again after the age of, like, 30. All right, so let's get that right there, and then let's head on out. We got to cross the bridge, go to the hardware store, and hopefully not get murdered. Arriving at the bridge. Oh, the trees change over here. It's a different biome. Interesting. Can I still chop these trees? Do they drop anything different? They look kind of like birch trees or something. It looks like they drop the same stuff that they always drop. I'll pick up the logs real fast because I'm a little bit low on logs. I still haven't fixed the storage cabinet yet. I need to fix my safe storage so that I can actually clear out my backpack from time to time. Doesn't look like it's going to be that long of a walk, but it does look like we got ye olde wolves over here. The wolves, not that challenging. Just block and stab. Wish they were more challenging. I'm guessing at some point I'm going to get wolf fur armor, so I should probably start stockpiling that just so that we have, like, the better accompaniment for surviving in this environment. Wolf don't look very cold. He looks warmed up plenty considering he rushed straight at me and tried to murder me, and so... What's up with this hardware store up here? Do I have any stones in my inventory? I got iron ore. Let me grab a stone real fast because it looks like I'm inevitably going to have to make myself a new shank in just a second. So, let's make room for that. What do we have over here? I can't go inside that building. What about this one? Anything inside of here? Nope, can't get inside of there either, but we do have a car. That'll be good as soon as I deal with this wolf over here. Oh no, my knife broke. Can I block with a torch? Yeah, just beat his ass to death with a torch. Give me the meat. The meat gives me like a free pass for a couple of days on food, so I like having the meat. We got another fuse, and we've got another scrap of metal. Okay, front of the car got anything? Oh, that's the back of the car. We got more cloth. Probably helpful. Could make some bandages or something. Let's just load all that stuff up into my hot slots, and also let's get ourselves equipped with another prison shank. That way I've got protection while I'm out here. You know, we gotta keep that thing on us, just in case it gets a little wild and nutty out here. Hardware store. Hardware store basement was the objective, and we're getting towards the evening, so I think we go after it. Do those stack? They do not stack, but we do have water right there for making a tea, so that'd be good. I would like the ability to break down the different stuff inside these buildings, a la something like the Long Dark. Fuse box. I'm just gonna fix you up real fast. Okay, yep, don't know what that is, but that one didn't disappear like the last one. Just keep shanking. Okay, it's dead, and we've got our Orb of Sorrow. Combat, definitely one of those things that needs some work. The enemies need to have, like, multiple attacks. The enemies need to have, like, a strategy that they're employing against the player. Combat, way too simple right now to be passable. We've got an energy drink and some more water. I'll take the water, and I'll take the cloth. The energy drink, useful in certain circumstances, but I can swipe it on another run through this place. More cloth right there. And this crate right here, we've actually got some real gloves. Okay, definitely take those. Swap out my crusty torch for like a better torch. And then we'll get back upstairs, bring back the Orb of Sorrow, and we'll see what unfolds. Back home again. Let's find out what this Orb of... Actually, you know what? I'm going to eat dinner first, all right? I don't want to face ancient powers on an empty stomach. So, like, let's cook something first. And then we'll worry about the Orb of Sorrow. I will eat that meat right there. God, that meat is great for us. All right, I got it. Oh, yeah, I have to put it in the chest. You have the Orb of Sorrow? Yep. Good. Now, you know, not everything in the hollow is what it seems. What was that? A night creature. They're quite dangerous, but the orbs they carry are of great value around here. Where am I? Oh, good. Fun static. The better question is, why are you here? Give me the Orb of Sorrow. Okay. What am I gonna do? It's a giant eldritch hole in the wall that's demanding some of my belongings. Dude, what are you gonna do, like resist? Mag dump him? We don't even have a gun. What's happening? Give it to me. Give it to me. I give? You bring me what I want and I will help you escape the hollow. Who are you and where am I? There is hope. Never give up hope. Now get to work. When the time comes, you will understand and know. Thank you for playing. Oh, that's the whole demo right there. I didn't hate it. In all honesty, the biggest thing is that it just feels really, really low budget. So movement and all the basics of survival are absolutely here, but it needs more things to draw the player into the experience. The perfect example is combat, which is very stiff and very simple. Combat needs to get more complex. It needs to get more interesting. Animal behaviors need to be brought up to par so that it actually feels like you're living in the wilderness, hunting animals and whatnot. Animations are going to need to be cleaned up. And then from there, I'd like to see more complexity to the survival mechanics, more things that you can do. Simple things like the ability to alternate between logs and sticks for fueling a fire, breaking down furniture to get things. Basically, if there's a feature inside the Long Dark, it should be inside of your game, and then focus very, very heavily on making the animal life and the creature life feel much more interesting to have encounters with. And I think they'll be on a good path. It's an open field right now. Not a lot of survival games out there that are focusing on man versus nature. So you've got a wide open field at the moment. You just need to get this thing tight, add some mini games to stuff like fixing fuse boxes, you know, little things that basically break up the monotony of the experience, and I think you'll be in a good spot. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, it was angst. Tomorrow it'll be something else. Thank you for sharing your time with me, and I will see you all later. Bye, folks.